Like really quickly and then I guess maybe we just need to go even bigger with the casting machines. Sure, why not? Write down, yeah, let's say 50,000 tons. A huge die casting machine as big as a house that can make a brand new Tesla every 5 seconds. Elon Musk describes it as a giant version of a toy factory. This monster can cast 5 car bodies all at once. It sounds wild, but it's completely real. Tesla is the first company on earth to use a gigapress and fully bring it into an electric car production line. While other car makers have tried to catch up, none have quite managed because Elon Musk keeps pushing the machine further. It all began with the 6,000-ton Giga press that was used for the rear underbody of the Model Y, replacing over 70 separate parts with one solid aluminum section and massively simplifying the production process. Then came the 9,000-ton Giga press made specifically for the Cybertruck body, big in size and built with stainless steel. The 9,000-ton press was already enormous, but what about the future 50,000-ton Giga press? How powerful is it going to be? What new Tesla vehicle will use it, and how could it possibly form 5 cars at the same time? Let's take a deeper look and see. Welcome to Tesla Car World. Before moving forward, let's explain it clearly for anyone unfamiliar with the Tesla Giga Press. It's a kind of large high-pressure die casting machine that Tesla gets from an Italian company named Hydra. The story started when Elon Musk was designing the Model Y. Tesla wanted to completely change how the underbody of the Model Y was put together, but they didn't have the proper tools. Elon Musk contacted top casting equipment makers across the globe. Only one company, Hydra, was already secretly working on a super-sized press, and by pure chance it matched what Elon needed perfectly. It's used to make big vehicle parts, especially the underbody sections of models like the Model Y and the Cybertruck. Like we said earlier, the Giga Press begins its process by heating up aluminum alloy to very high heat levels in a furnace. The molten aluminum is then poured into a metal mold shaped just like the part being made, for instance, a car's lower frame. The Giga Press applies very strong pressure to make sure the hot aluminum reaches every tiny detail of the mold without leaving any gaps or defects. When the part is formed, it's cooled evenly so the aluminum can harden properly into the final shape. This step needs serious accuracy. Too fast and air can get trapped. Too slow and the aluminum may start cooling before the mold fills completely. The cooling is handled by a steady system that helps the finished part gain high strength and exact shape. Once cooled, a robot takes the part out, trims extra bits and sends it for quality checking. The Giga Press is key in making vehicles lighter, stronger and more efficient. By casting one large part instead of joining dozens of small ones, it saves both time and work costs. Today, different types of Giga casting technology are available from various companies. Apart from Tesla, brands like GM, Hyundai, Volvo, Zeekr and Xpeng have put money into this tech. Notably, Xpeng has invested in a 16,000-ton Giga casting machine. When Elon Musk first mentioned the idea of a 50,000-ton Giga Press, the main thoughts were how huge it would be, where Tesla might install it, how long it would take to set up, and how it could manage to form 5 cars at once. You know, it's a pretty insane machine. With the launch of the 50,000-ton Giga Press, Elon Musk said the new production line will be so fast that people won't be able to keep pace. Every step from pouring the metal, cooling the mold to separating the finished part will be fully automated. Each casting cycle will take only about 5 seconds, meaning a car frame can be done in the time it takes to blink a few times. The Cybercab's production line won't look like a regular car factory. It'll resemble a super fast electronics assembly line. In fact, it will move so quickly that people won't even be able to work near it safely. You can picture the 50,000-ton Giga Press being as large as a 2- or 3-story building lying on its side. Tesla may need to construct a whole new building to hold it, maybe even using a deeply reinforced concrete base to support the weight. When compared to the earlier 6,000 and 9,000-ton machines, the new press gives about 8.3 and 5.5 times more pressure. It's estimated that the 50,000-ton Giga Press could measure around 20 meters in length, 12 to 15 meters in height, and 10 to 12 meters wide, with a weight over 3,000 tons. Even though it's larger, the 50,000-ton press works pretty much the same way as the others. First, materials are prepared. Tesla melts fresh aluminum along with leftover scrap in a furnace heated to about 850 degrees Celsius. After removing any surface dirt, the molten aluminum flows through heated pipes into a second furnace that keeps the temperature steady between 750 degrees Celsius and 850 degrees Celsius. This dual furnace setup includes one powered by gas to melt the metal and another electric one to keep it warm nitrogen gas fills the empty area inside the furnace to stop oxide formation and help keep temperatures steady. In addition, operators use argon gas, a rotary cleaner, and a special filter to get rid of more impurities and any particles bigger than 25 microns. Once that's done, it's time to get the mold ready. Before each shot, a robot sprays about 35 milliliters of soybean oil across the mold, like greasing a pan, to make removing the part easier. After that, a vacuum removes air and molten aluminum is pushed into the mold using a fast-moving piston, which also gets about 8 milliliters of oil per shot. In one casting unit, Tesla could potentially produce 5 parts all at once. Thinking how to scale it up is tough since the metal needs to cool down fast and the trimming process must be automatic. After injecting the metal, it stays inside the mold to cool. The cast comes out at roughly 400 degrees Celsius and is dipped in a cooling bath to bring the temperature quickly down to about 50 degrees Celsius. This fast cooling helps reduce flaws and strengthens the metal. After that, the mold itself is cooled to about 185 degrees Celsius and gets cleaned thoroughly by a robot to prepare for the next shot. Each cycle starts again roughly 1 to 2 minutes later. Any leftover metal is cut away and reused for the next melt. The part is also X-rayed to check for flaws and make sure it's solid. One major challenge is keeping the mold from breaking apart under the force of molten aluminum, so the machine applies a super strong grip to keep the mold tightly shut, and with the 50,000-ton giga press, that force is unbelievably strong. We've got to push the liquid metal in and cool it super quick, really fast. According to Elon Musk, to make this all work, Tesla created an ultra-fast cooling method, a smart mold release design, and an AI-based automatic inspection system. It's a tech combo no other car company has used at this scale before. This also marks a turning point where car manufacturing starts to look more like electronics production: quick, compact, and highly optimized. In addition to getting the new Giga Press, Tesla's design led and VP shared that the back casting part of the updated Model Y has been improved. It's now 7 kilograms or about 15 pounds lighter than before and needs 50% less machining time. This 15% weight cut gives better performance and longer range, plus a stiffer back section that reduces twisting when turning sharply. Since 2020, the Giga casting process has come a long way. Tesla now uses custom cooling channels that follow the mold's shape, which slashes casting time from 170 seconds to just 75 seconds on the 6,000-ton press. Thanks to that, Model Y became lighter, more exact, and more consistent. Oddly, Tesla didn't use front giga casting on the new Model Y, even though they pioneered it. Most Model Y factories still use traditional stamped metal for the front. Only the Texas plant and for a short time Giga Berlin tried a structure combining both front and back giga casting with the battery pack. Tesla picked a single body design worldwide so that parts can be swapped between factories, reducing supply issues. But why not switch entirely to front casting? According to expert Luca Greco and the Limiting Factor YouTube channel, Tesla is saving its casting power for a cheaper car, the Cybercab. As Elon said, it might be made in just 5 seconds with the new Giga Press, able to turn out 5 chassis super fast. He said one car could come off the line in less than 5 seconds, which is mind-blowing. Building a car every 5 seconds is something the auto world has never seen before, and thanks to its one-piece frame, the Cybercab might be the only high-volume car that can do it. One Cybercab engineer shared that the new model will have only about 80 structure pieces compared to the Model Y's 200, meaning over 60% fewer parts, which makes final assembly much easier. For comparison, the Model Y is currently built every 35 seconds at the Shanghai factory, the world's top car plant. The simpler design of the Cybercab and the 50,000-ton Giga Press could help Tesla shrink the time from 35 seconds to just 5. Tesla's goal isn't just to show off technology but to reach strategic targets. With the 50,000-ton press and non-stop upgrades across the whole process, Tesla is completely changing what it means to build cars, a place where robots, AI, and molten metal work together to create the future. Second by second, every Cybercab can be cast and sent down the line in seconds. No huge factory floors, no big teams, just smart machines, powerful software, and a super press working all day and night. But doing this isn't easy. Scaling casting up is very tricky because it's a very sensitive thermal process happening under heavy pressure. The molten metal must fill the mold fully and evenly before it cools into a tough part. The bigger the mold, the harder it is, since the metal must flow farther and problems like air bubbles are more likely. As said earlier, if poured too fast, air gets trapped too slow and it cools too early. All of this is happening inside a 50,000-ton monster. What Tesla is doing with the Cybercab isn't just about removing the steering wheel or pedals. It's a whole new way to build cars and rethink car making entirely. Instead of a classic line, it's now a network, not people but robots, not handmade parts but modules that snap together like Legos, just like Elon said, and that's how they make small toy castings with blocks that can make like 100 toy cars at once. Well, we're just making that idea huge. Yeah, we even have the cathedral of casting. Elon really said building cyber cabs is like making toys, only now Tesla is building them at massive scale. When the Giga Press finishes 5 cyber cab bodies, they're sent straight into the next part of the line, which is too fast for humans to get close. So what does a car every 5 seconds mean if Tesla sets it up like the current double-line Model Y setup at Shanghai but at cyber cab speed? Then 2 lines would turn out up to 178,000 cyber cabs weekly, over 7 million per year in just 40 weeks. Tesla aims to make 2 million cyber cabs per line by 2026. If the 5-second cycle is real, they might have to limit output on purpose to manage demand and resources better. Lower costs will also boost both sales and profits, but what's really exciting is that this new production method is a tool for global scaling, not just a new vehicle. It won't stop with the cyber cab. Sources say the low-cost Tesla Model 2 will also use the same kind of frame setup, the only major differences being a steering wheel, pedals and 5 seats. With rising costs for materials, batteries and labor, Elon Musk still stands firm that Tesla can build a cheap EV using giga casting and smart supply chain methods. Without this tech, the goal would be almost out of reach. Just like the cyber cab, the Model 2 could be made super fast, maybe in just 10 seconds. Even though EV sales dropped a bit early this year, the Model Y and Model 3 were still the top selling EVs in the US. Tesla sold 64,051 Model Y units, down 33.8%, and 52,520 Model 3s, up 70.3% from last year. The Model Y dipped as buyers waited for the refresh, while Model 3 sales jumped. The Cybertruck, though brand new, already moved 6,456 units, ranking 10th. The Model S and X had 1,288 and 3,843 sales. Tesla continues to lead the EV race through tech advantages, solid performance and a smart product system, even with some public pressure on Elon. That's everything we wanted to share today. Hope you've got a better grasp of the Giga Press, the Cyber Cab and the Model 2. Thanks for tuning in and see you next time.